What's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate 2 Reviews, and today we're taking a look at the Vivor 450-piece socket set. It's more of a tool set, honestly, at 450 pieces. Yes, there's going to be some filler in here, like there is pretty much every single set out there. This thing goes for about $174, but if you register, you get it for like $130, $40, and I'm sure this also goes on sale quite a bit. The cool thing about this set is it's one of the cheapest, over 400-piece sockets that I've been able to find, and I think it's actually a pretty neat set. This is actually the set I keep in my wife's truck. She really loves using it. It does slide around a bit in the bed of her truck with the cover on, but of course you can always remedy that by adding in some anti-slip pads to the bottom. So let's take a look at what's on the top here. All right, so on the top here, let's pop this thing open. They have these 4 clasps on each side, which is nice, having not just 2, but 4 total, because I could see these breaking off. Of course, for the price point, it's not a bad deal for having this nice case in it. Up on top, you're going to get your wrenches up here. You also got some smaller wrenches as well, which I don't know how useful these always are. I've had a couple of these always just kind of slip. Then you also have your hex keys, and they are labeled, but a little bit hard to read on these hex keys, and there's not really a good place to put these. They're kind of just set them in there. There's no real place for these to clip in. All right, so moving to the 3 drawers below. This is kind of a little bit of annoying how this goes in here, but once you get those 2 out, each drawer can actually slide entirely all the way out. So this first drawer is going to be your 1/4 inch, and you also get your 3/8 inch ratchet up here. Check this thing out. I took this thing apart, and I was wondering if there was any grease inside at all from the factory. Unfortunately, there was not even a drop of grease in there. So if you do get these, make sure you pop all the ratchets open and add some grease on the inside. If you're wondering which manufacturer likely makes these, the closest I could find to these ratchets is going to be the Cobalt ratchets. They look almost identical. Both of these are 3/8 inch. You see the Vivor has a bit longer of a handle, but pretty much everything is identical, and all the parts look identical as well on these ratchets. So very, very similar there. And that's my best guess, is that they are a Cobalt ratchet, just rebranded to Vivor with no engraving there at all. But as far as I can tell, they are pretty much a Cobalt ratchet. They look pretty much identical, and there's not much of a difference there. All right, so back up on top here, this is going to be a lot of our 1/4 inch. I think there's a few 3/8 inch sockets up here. What I do like about this set is that it does give you a couple of hex keys, even some that I don't even currently have yet, which is awesome because they've got a bunch of 1/4 inch of these little Torx keys here, which are awesome to have. Something you don't really see in these kits that often. And of course, they've got the usual Torx bits, and they've got just the regular hex keys in here as well. So a lot of variety, as well as a couple of adapters there. So you don't want to use, say, the 3/8 inch. You want to use the 1/2 inch. You can just use that instead. And then, of course, you've got just a regular drive handle in here too. So it really seemed like with this kit, they really just kind of included everything they possibly could. Let's move down to the next drawer here. And I don't know if these drawers are actually in any order here, because I think this is going to be the 1/2 inch drive here. Now your 1/2 inch drive socket is going to, or your wrench is going to be down here. And then most of these are going to be 12 point, but they do give you a lot of 6 point in here too. And you of course get deep socket up on top. They are actually all nicely labeled, which I do like. I like this drawer a lot here. I also want to just pull this drawer out and just put this in one of my drawers in my work shelf here, because this is a really nicely laid out drawer, and just get a little bit of maybe like white paint and kind of just paint all the numbers there so they can kind of see them really easily with some contrast there. But they're not labeled or anything. There's, CRV is going to be all the material in here. You're not labeled like Vivor or anything on there, but of course each individual socket is going to be labeled there. And overall, they seem pretty decent for the price. They don't feel super cheap. If you ever felt those really cheap Harbor Freight sockets, these are definitely a step above that. But of course, these are going to be on, I'd say, the lower mid range of quality of sockets that I've seen from brands like Cobalt, Husky, Craftsman, kind of the like there. All right, so let's pop into this last shelf here, and this is going to be a lot of the kind of filler down here. All right, so you get actually a lot of security bits in here. This is going to be, of course, where you're going to find a lot of the, the numbers in here for that 450 piece set. But of course, you get some spark plug sockets up here, which are awesome to have. I've got a bunch of these, and we're taking out spark plugs. These are incredibly useful to have. A couple more adapters up here, which is awesome. You do get a 1/2-inch ratchet up here, which is always great to have. And then, of course, you do get a lot more of the little Torx keys up here. They're going to be 3/8-inch drive there. So awesome to have. You do get an adapter up here, and then of course a lot of your 12-point 1/2-inch sockets as well. All right, so if you're wondering value for the money, I think it's actually a really sweet deal, especially if you register, you get it for like 130 bucks. That is pretty much unbeatable by what you're going to find, at Lowe's or Home Depot. Even that Husky $99 set is not as big as this set. If you're worrying about case quality, it's been holding up okay in my truck so far in the back, getting kind of banged up here and there. The only thing that does concern me, of course, is going to be all the ratchets not being, lubricated from the factory, which is a little disappointing there, as well as this does not have a lifetime warranty. I'll put a little asterisk there because it's not, I can't confirm it doesn't have a lifetime warranty. I could only find this on that web page for this set. Where people were just saying that it's got just a standard 12-month warranty. There is nowhere on there that says it's got a lifetime tool warranty on there, so a little concerning there. Vivor messaged me and says, hey, it does, or there's something else that I missed that actually shows lifetime warranty somewhere else. I'll update that in the pinned comment below. But other than that, guys, honestly, it's a pretty solid deal for what it is. Even just changing out the ratchets yourself for the price, it's not even that bad of a deal. I'd like to see how well a lot of this stuff holds up. But I like getting actual, stuff that's somewhat filler, but it's actually somewhat useful filler. It's not just, getting, 45, T2 bits in here. You're actually getting a lot of security bits, which these security bit sets are a good, 10, 20 bucks by themselves. And I do buy these from time to time as they wear out from Harbor Freight. So it's great having one of these, with you all the time, as well as having, 1/2-inch, 3/4-inch, and 1/2-inch drive in there, and a plenty variety of deep socket and shallow socket there, as well as 6-point and 12-point. So honestly, guys, there's a few shortcomings with this set, but I think overall it's a pretty decent set for the money. If you want to spend well under 150 bucks, just register at Vivor, pick up this set. Really not a bad deal at all for what it is. And honestly, I'm definitely going to give this probably like a 7 out of 10 for what it is. And pretty cool set from Vivor, guys. So I'll throw a link in the description if you want to check it out. Guys, take care, have a great day, and stay safe out there.